So then guys, is Apple creating an Apple Ring to go against the competitors out there, the likes of the Galaxy Ring from Samsung, Ringcon with their ring, and loads of other kind of ring companies out there, smart rings out there? Are Apple going to create their own? Well, today we're going to go over all the leaks and rumors if this is going to be a possibility, and if Apple do create an Apple Ring, how would it look, and also how would it work? Well, the good news is to start with, we've actually seen loads of patents from Apple where they're looking to create a smart ring of some sort, and also we have had a few other kind of leaks and rumors come in at the same time. We had here a leak, as you can see, from the Electronic Times telling us that Apple are looking to work on an actual smart ring and that this could be coming in the near future. So let's explore this a little bit further. Now, if you haven't used a smart ring or even seen a smart ring, it's quite simple what it does. It's very similar to the likes of, say, a smartwatch or like an Apple Watch Ultra 2 or, Apple Watch or anything like that, like I've got right here. And what you've got here, you've got all these sensors on the back here what rest against your wrist. And what a smart ring will do is literally the same kind of sensor readings, except for take them from your finger instead in a ring form. Obviously, you're not going to get a screen or anything like this on the ring, but what you would get instead is all those readings being sent back via Bluetooth back to, say, your phone. And like I said, lots of companies out there have actually done this. And even earlier this year, I tested out, say, the Samsung Galaxy Ring, and it was a very comfortable fit to wear this ring. The only one thing that I would say was that it was very expensive to buy, and also at the time when I got it, because I got it on day one release, the actual readings weren't fully accurate according to, say a Galaxy Watch, for example. With them, what you kind of readings you're getting there, and even say to my actual Apple Watch 2 and what kind of readings I was getting there, saying with my heart rate and doing my steps and things like this. But I have heard lots of news going around that Samsung have corrected this. But the thing I love most about the Samsung Galaxy Ring, and in fact any smart ring that I've tested, even like say from Ringcon in the past, is the convenience and definitely the battery life. One thing what I really don't like about, say, having an Apple Watch is obviously the charging. You have to kind of put it on charge every night or say every 2 days to actually get a charge in it. Whereas, say, the Galaxy Ring or say a Ringcon ring or any kind of ring out there, smart ones, generally speaking, they last about 5 to 10 days on average of battery life, what's absolutely amazing. And then to charge them up, they only take about, say, an hour, hour and a half maximum, and then you're good to go again. And with this, definitely for someone like me, it's a great advantage to actually have a ring that can actually monitor my sleep, for example. Now, recently, like for example, Apple showed us that they've got this new sleep apnea kind of ability and app, and this is all well and good, but for me and probably for a lot of you guys out there, you take off your watch at night, so to charge it up for the next day. So really, we're never going to be able to use these kind of features that well unless we actually take it off regularly. Whereas I believe that something like a smart ring out there, especially also made from Apple, this would really benefit them and also benefits us too. But I believe that Apple could also make this ring even better than the likes of, say, the Samsung Galaxy Ring and say the likes of Ringcon. Maybe, we wouldn't actually have to be able to wear an Apple Watch, and maybe the actual ring itself could have, say, a tiny vibration motor inside of it, or a taptic sort of motor, and actually like vibrate very slightly just to give us that notification that we've got a message on our phone and that we can look at that straight away. So that would be really useful to have that instead of having our watch sort of glow up and tell us the notification there. And I think this would be really cool. The other thing as well is that, Apple might do something similar to the likes of Samsung, whereas at Samsung say the best thing what they can do is that you could actually have one of their kind of smartwatches and the Galaxy Ring at the same time, and you can get 2 readings from both of those devices, and it gives you the best sort of averages of working out, what your heart rate is, your steps are. And I think that Apple could do something very similar here, where you could wear potentially, say, a watch or, an Apple Watch, and then also wear the ring, and say if you're doing sort of like lap times or things like this, or track time, you could actually get more of an accurate reading and you wouldn't have to wear the watch all the time. I also think that Apple would probably cram in even more sensors and things like this into this ring. Maybe we'd have NFC, for example, so using Apple Pay, you wouldn't actually have to whip out your phone. You could have, say, a card preloaded, say, on your ring, and then you'd be able to tap that actually on the screen. And just in case you wanted to know, well, what happens if someone tries to, steal like your card, they just have to to put their hand near your ring, well, I think what could possibly happen is there could be a little button, for example, on the ring, what you have to like hold down for like 1.5 seconds or something like this, and then what would happen, you'd be able to activate the NFC. And this would be quite useful for other things too. So for example, like if there was a phone call ringing and I was talking about the Taptic engine, if it was vibrating, you could like hold your finger down on the ring in a meeting. It'd be more discreet than even the Apple Watch, and then you could sort of dismiss a phone call. What would be really, really cool to actually have that ability in the ring. And I think there are so many different kind of ideas that Apple could play with. Another one just coming straight to my mind is, say, with the Vision Pro. We're using the Vision Pro. If you use it in sort of a dark space, it finds it quite hard to find your hands, things like this. And if you're wearing a ring, maybe it could identify and work out where that ring is instead to work out where your hands are and things like this. And it could help out there, just as an example here. And there's so many other ideas, like I said, what Apple could do with this. So then guys, just quickly, I want to tell you about the Charge Ice Mag 2 power bag. And I absolutely love this power bag with all the extras it actually has inside of it. Not only do you get like an LED light you got right here, you even got a little mini fan inside of this power bag to keep everything nice and cool whilst it's charging up your phone, or for example, it's being charged itself. And talk about the actual battery capacity inside of this power bag, it's actually 10,000 milliamps. So this means then guys that this power bag could charge up an iPhone 16 Pro Max more than 2 times, what is incredible. Not only this power bank is also MagSafe compatible, and also it is G2, so this means it will charge up the likes of say an iPhone 16 at 15 watts. Not only this power bank also has a USB-C port at the very bottom, and you could even charge up, say, your iPhone via this at 30 watts charging, or you could even charge up, say, an additional device whilst also charging up your phone at the same time via MagSafe. Then what also makes the Ice Mag 2 really cool, it has this little kickstand, what you can see right here, and this allows you to say twist your phone to be horizontal so you can watch more media whilst actually charging up your phone, or for example you could have it as say set as your alarm clock if you wanted to charge it at night via this power bank. And out of all power banks I have reviewed this year, I've got to say that the Charge Ice Mag 2 is definitely my favourite in design, with its sort of transparent and also RGB lights also built into the back of it too. And if you potentially want to get your hands on the Ice Mag 2 from Charge, then definitely check out all the details that are in the below of the description of this video, because this is an incredible power bank. And with that, let's return back to the main video. So moving on, what about a release date then for the Apple Ring? When could we actually get our hands on one of these, or actually slip one onto our finger as it were? Well, I think that is not going to be happening definitely in 2025. I think if there's going to be a time, it's going to be 2026. At the end of the day, the Galaxy Ring has been super popular, but it isn't fully polished. And there's also lots of other companies out there releasing their smart rings, and I'm sure Apple are watching this. And I think that they want to keep an eye to see if so many people are going to be jumping on the bandwagon of getting smart rings before they release their own. Because personally, what could also happen is that bringing out, say, a Galaxy Ring could scupper the sales of having, say, a smartwatch or an Apple Watch. And I don't think Apple want that to happen anytime soon. So really, I think you've got two things to happen here. The Galaxy Ring or other rings are really going to have to take off before Apple brings out their own one. And also at the same time as well, is that the Apple Watch sales would have to kind of drop down even more before, that Apple would actually bring out one of these. So with this, I think the most likely time we're going to see one at the earliest is going to be 2026. And the main reason I say that is obviously, like I said, we haven't actually had any leaks or rumors in telling us that anything's coming in 2025. So I don't think we're going to see one next year with, say, the next Apple Watch and say the iPhone 17 models. But then for price wise, I think the price is going to be very competitive out there, but I still think it might come in a little bit cheaper than, say, the Samsung version. Maybe we'll be able to pick up this ring for, say, $299 US dollars or $249 US dollars instead. At the end of the day, you know, Apple Watch SE and the price of that, and I think that Apple obviously probably make it more expensive than that, but I don't think they'll personally make it even more expensive than, say, the Apple Watch Series 10, because at the end of the day, this ring doesn't even have, say, a actual face on it whatsoever, no screen or anything like that. So this would be my personal kind of saying there, that's the kind of estimate what a price would be for it. But with that though, guys, are you excited that Apple could be making an Apple ring? And if they did, would you get one? Do you think that, you know, Tim Cook would turn into Gollum at the end of it when he announces it? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews, and comparisons too, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.